Lords, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the film review show that has only once been tempted to try on ladies' underwear. On the menu today, we're joining Tom Hanks and Philip Seymour Hoffman for Charlie Wilson's War. So what's the plot? Well, set in 1980s America, Charlie Wilson's War tells the story of how debauched US Congressman Charlie Wilson helped Afghani rebels fight and defeat the Soviets with a helping hand from a rich socialite and an oddball CIA operative. Mortimer, please do your thing.
You all tell me something. What is Dan Rather wearing right now?
What?
Dan Rather. Well, what is he wearing?
You're watching TV?
Why hadn't he shaved?
Well, who lives it down?
Well, excuse me. Hey, excuse me. Could you turn that up? Could you just turn up the volume on the TV?
I'm completely high.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Still, could you just grab the remote there and find the volume button?
Charlie, are we going to do business?
Dan Rather. He's wearing a turban, Paul. Don't you want to know why?
He's doing a thing from India.
No, it's Afghanistan.
Got it.
Appreciate it.
Captured it from the Afghan army.
Does he have ammunition for this? He has 3, but does he have ammunition? A lot of ammunition?
Well, he's talking about the Mujahideen.
We didn't capture
Priests?
No, Mujahideen means like holy warriors.
Priests? How the hell am I supposed to know?
Dear viewers, I don't think it would shock you to know that I don't have a particularly high opinion of politicians. It's not because they were the kids at school who desperately wanted to be prefects but were rejected for being too repugnant, nor is it because most of them like nothing better after a day's non-work than going home, slipping on a homo-erotic gentleman's film and doing unholy things with citrus fruits. No, no, no. It is because of the incident. Brace yourselves. The incident occurred when I was 11 years old and taken by my parents for my first grown-up meal in a French restaurant. During greedy mouthfuls of French onion soup, it became obvious to our table that we were sat next to 2 of the country's leading politicians. As any of us would, we gently eavesdropped on what these bastions of society were discussing. Foreign policy, you'd expect, or the arms race, or possibly some deviation in fiscal policy. But no. One of these gentlemen was proudly telling the other how, in his childhood, he'd been filleted by the family dog. Were this not enough, this incredibly famous man then described how he'd seduced the hound by putting his finger through a wine gum and placing it on his John Thomas like a fruity ring on a marriage finger of erotic hell. Incredibly, the other politico paused, sniffed his red wine, and then asked in cut-glass English what breed of dog had performed the act. "A young Labrador," said the offender. "Thank goodness," replied his companion. "A Rottweiler would have been simply unacceptable." "Here, boy. Here, boy. Come to daddy." American politician Charlie Wilson didn't involve himself with either Labradors or Rottweilers. He did, however, hang out with hookers, was accused of snorting cocaine, and drank like a thirsty killer whale. Curiously, he was also largely responsible for stopping the Soviet Army's invasion of Afghanistan by raising enough money for the Afghani rebels to fight with. Now, although this plotline could be the recipe for a searing and intense drama, Charlie Wilson's War remains, for the most part, a refreshingly light political comedy. Tom Hanks excels as the quixotic Charlie Wilson, equally at home sharing a hot tub with strippers as he is negotiating a truce between Israeli and Egyptian agents. Equally, Julia Roberts does a good, if not slightly underwritten turn as Joanne Herring, the 6th richest woman in Texas. But for my money, Oscar winner Philip Seymour Hoffman not only steals the laughs, but also the show as brash CIA agent Gus Africatos. Check him out.
Well, I'm sorry, but you can hardly blame the director for questioning the loyalty to America of people that are just barely Americans in the first place.
Yeah, well, I'd like to take a moment to review the several ways in which you're a douchebag.
Get the fuck out of my office!
Yes, sir.
Before I end your career, asshole.
Yes, sir! Yeah, my friend, I'm gonna need you for a second.
God damn it!
My loyalty? For 24 years, people have been trying to kill me. People know how. Now, do you think that's because my dad was a Greek soda pop maker, or do you think that's because I'm an American spy? Go fuck yourself, you fucking child. How was I?
Go, Philip, go. Now, Charlie Wilson's War is a very fine film indeed, viewers, and if you're a fan of shows like The West Wing, I know you'll absolutely love it. Sure, it's not perfect. Director Mike Nichols sometimes struggles to balance the breezy tone with its more serious messages, but nevertheless, I hugely enjoyed it. a solid 4 stars. And finally, it's time for Picky Snacks. And on the menu today, a Dame Bar. Now, I'm pretty sure in my youth this was called a Dime Bar, so I'm wondering what's happened. Have they rebranded it? And if so, why Dame? Maybe it's because everyone loves a Dame. I don't know. That would be a terrible pun, and I'm sorry, viewers, for making it. Let me get into this rather exciting, thin-looking wafer-style chocolate piece of fun. It is the Dime Bar, as I remember. It's got a sort of caramel, hard caramel centre, surrounded by milk chocolate. It's a great hit. It's got texture, it's got taste, and it's got a wonderful aftertaste at the back of the tongue and the back of the mouth. I'm a great fan of this. It's a 5-star product. Goodbye.